So, I am happy to be bringing this video with you guys. This is the first in my Ghost War strategy series, new series that I'm going to be bringing. I am going to be doing the revisited videos as well, but I'm going to be sticking a lot with these strategy videos. This is what I'm going to be trying to pump out. So, the first one that I'm bringing with for you guys is about camouflage and blending in with your environment. And how to make yourself less noticeable. There are some things in here that I'm going to say where you're going to probably be like, no shit, right? But there are some things that you might not have thought about that maybe you haven't had a chance to go into a custom match and actually look at these things for yourself. But either way, we'll go ahead and get started now. My name is Dom, and this is the first in our Ghost War strategy series. So, to start off, it is pretty simple. You're going to want to be matching your outfit to the environment. Obviously, it's better to go with like forest green, or if you're on a desert map, like sandstone or something like that. Don't try to blend in with buildings. Tried to learn this. No matter really what you do, you're always going to stand out if you're next to a building. It really doesn't matter even if you're the same exact color. For whatever reason, you stand out when a building is your backdrop. Now, one thing that I did want to make clear that maybe you probably haven't thought about, you want to make sure that your pants are roughly the same. Make sure all of your items of clothing are roughly the same color throughout, or the same sort of texture tone, because what I noticed was when I was working with my buddy Lions, who I'm featuring in this video, I will be dropping his link to his channel down in the description. Go ahead and check him out if you have the time. But we were working together on this, and what I noticed was when he would crouch down in a bush, he was wearing like a forest green shirt, he was wearing camo netting, but he had these pants that were like, I think they were tacky or something. They had a certain camo pattern on them, but you were able to notice this, especially when he was crouching. Now, it wasn't incredibly evident. It wasn't like if you're walking by and you're not expecting someone to be there, you probably weren't going to see him. But let's say you were expecting someone to be there, someone pinged it, or maybe you saw movement over in that area, you go over there, you can definitely see these pants. And that's especially true when you lay down as well. You do not want to be laying down as much, because when you do lay down, your feet and your pants just totally blow your cover, especially if you're playing against someone who knows what they're looking for. Your pants just totally give it away. And plus, you don't know if they're sticking out the end of a bush or whatnot. Therefore, I always think it's better to be crouching. Now, be also aware that bushes make these weird cuts when you go in and out of them. So they make these weird glitches. I'll put this up on the screen so you can see it. But like they cut to one side and they cut back. It's not a natural movement. And when I've seen this before in games, I just thought, okay, maybe the map's lagging out, or maybe it's a glitch or something. But what we realize is that no, there's someone in there, and when they're doing that, they're just moving slightly, and the bush is cutting like that, and it really gives a heads up to everyone else. If they see that and they know what that is, then they're gonna find you. Now, do not hide in low grass, or really get your head or shoulders or anything really close to the top of something. I noticed this weird thing that happens. It was very evident in low grass. It was somewhat evident in the bushes. But when you're running in third person, let's just say you're running, the low grass and those textures won't be there. They won't pop in. But when you aim down sight, they will be there. So, for instance, my buddy Lions was laying down in this low grassy area, and when I'm running in third person, it's almost like the grass isn't even there. I can look at him. I can see him out of the corner of my eye very, very clearly. But when I ADS on him, the low grass pops in, and then I can see him. So you got to be aware. I mean, yes, you may, Lions may have thought, hey, I'm laying down in this grassy area, he's not going to be able to see me. But in that third person, that grass doesn't take effect. And then when I'm ADSing, I can't see him. Now, this also, it does the same sort of thing when you're in a bush and you're really close to the top. Sometimes the top of the bush won't pop in until you ADS, but I found it really apparent in those low grassy areas. That's where it came in the most. That's where it happened the most. Now, one of the biggest things too is when you're playing at night, you have to make sure that everything is dark and everything is covered. I think that one's pretty simple. But what you may not realize, and I didn't even realize this myself until we went into these custom matches, we were messing around with this. My buddy Lions he was a white guy, right? But he was he was dressed in all black, but he didn't have anything covering his face. Now, he was probably 75 to 100 meters away from me, and his face was just, it caught my eye. It is so easy to see. and it's such a small part, you may not think, oh, you know, it really doesn't have that doesn't make that big of a difference. But when you're looking, I may not be able to see his body coming out because his body is very faint, but I can definitely see his face. Dash across the screen, it looks like a little blob. Put that up so you can see that. But yeah, you can definitely see his face, and you can see hands and all that stuff that is just slightly colored. Now that's something to keep in mind too. When you are playing at night, you definitely want to have something covering your face. Not something that I considered before. I have run classes where I'm just like, you know, oh, why do I have to put anything on his face? It's so small, they're probably not going to even see it anyway. Let me just do it. And then at the end here, just for fun, man, I did this was kind of my control. I created an outfit that I thought would be totally, that kind of gave the impression that I did not give a goddamn about camouflage. I didn't care who anybody saw me. I was wearing white pants, you know, blue vest, this big ass backpack, a fucking cowboy hat, and I was smoking a cigar. And what I noticed, I mean, obviously the blue vest and the white pants, they don't blend as well with the environment. You can see them a lot easier. But the hat, man, the hat really sent things overboard, because when you're sitting down in a bush, I was just crouching in a bush, and bushes that I otherwise may have been hidden in, you can see my fucking hat. So you shouldn't have a big hat, obviously. I mean, if you didn't know that already, but that's just whatever we found. So anyway, I mean, as far as camouflage goes, it's always great to wear camo knitting. I do not see a reason not to wear camo knitting. And just change the color, whether it's sandstone, forest green, brown, whatever, to match your environment. I found that brown, forest green and sandstone are, I'm not sure, can you get that one in sandstone? It's forest green or then like the brown color are probably best, just for, you know, a wide range of things. Shirt, I definitely wear, you know, long sleeve shirt, and I make sure it's green. Pants I make are green, and I always have something covering my face in case I need to double it for when it gets dim out, or if I'm in a dark area, or maybe I'm playing at night and I don't want to change my outfit or get a different preset. But anyway, what I found with guns too, gun camos, they do not really matter as much. It's kind of hard to see because, you know, if you're on the left side of the character, the arm is going to be covering the gun. If you're on the right side, your hand's going to be covering it. The camo is really faint, and the gun's smaller. So the gun doesn't matter as much. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this and you look forward to more in this series, please let me know down in the comment section below. Please drop me a like, and please subscribe if you are new. But anyway, my name is Dom, and thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.